Metal Up World, this is CJ with CJOrtiz.com and mentalmotivation.com. This is the first of a new 5-message series I'm doing on dealing with your deeper self. Now, this is all being shown in my Life Domination online coaching program. You can learn more about that by visiting the link below. But all this week, dealing with our deeper self. Much of the motivational type of information that you get on a daily basis deals with surface issues. Most of us, when we encounter anything that's inspirational, it's just that. It is a match to your oil lantern intended to ignite you, to pull you back up, get you motivated again, and keep you going. I'm grateful for that. I think that's an outstanding thing. I think we need that to keep ourselves going on a daily basis. But when I define success, which I have said hundreds of times if I've said it once, my definition of success is to maximize all that you are and all that you can do for a purpose greater than yourself. Now, we understand when we say all that we can do, for example, your abilities, your interests, your talents. A lot of people, when it comes to motivation, are trying to achieve a goal, a lifetime goal. They're trying to get into a particular career. They're trying to, go after their goals and dreams. So that has to do with ability. That has to do with talent. That has to do with knowledge and experience, trying to maximize it and take your life and business or career to the next level. But again, going back to the definition, it's all that you are and all that you can do. What do we mean then when we say all that we are? Well, that has to do with us. Us in terms of our personality, our character, how we act towards others, what's going on within our own hearts and minds. That is the dimension of us, which is who we are, which is the person we are both internally in terms of ourselves, externally in terms of other people. You have to be interested. It's not as glamorous, as exciting as the, career-oriented type stuff and reaching those sales goals or, getting that band signed to a record label or starting your own business or, something like that, losing all that weight. Those are the more exciting, the more glamorous goals. But when we're talking about transforming ourselves, when we're talking about getting to the next level with who we are as people, not as glamorous, because you don't have to really do anything about it, because you can just as easily just show a particular face to everybody and leave yourself pretty much alone. So you'll have people, for example, who will go out and be wonderful and loved by everybody else, but then when they go home, they're horrible to their families. They go home and they're horrible to the ones that they say that they love. I'm sure you know somebody just like this. Again, not uncommon. Very illustrious leaders and or celebrities or whoever were tyrants and horrible people at home. So you can put on a face and not have to ever worry about maximizing all that you are as a person. You don't have to do any of that because you can still achieve all of these other goals. So this comes down to an issue of your heart. This comes down to an issue of your belief and your conviction. If you don't have a sense of responsibility, if you don't have a sense of conviction, now by conviction I don't mean like a convict being convicted. Conviction is a deeply held belief. If you don't have a sense of conviction that you need to become all that you need to become as a person simply because it's your duty to yourself and your duty to this world, then I promise you, you will never truly sleep at night because your conscience is always going to bother you. I think I've said in another episode, in my last podcast episode, my co-host, Pat Mack, had made the statement that the softest pillow is a clean or clear conscience. And I think that's true because you have to be able to go to sleep with yourself every night. But going beyond that, there should be a principle that you adhere to that says, well, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what my career goals are. I will always have the obligation to be the very best person that I can be. Think about that in relation to what you're seeing happening in the world. Is the trouble that is happening in the world based on career and achievement and productivity and money and status? No. All of the bad stuff that you see happening in the world, in politics, in society, in culture, in entertainment, everything, in these tragedies and crises, everything comes down to people. It comes down to people and how they act, how they behave. And if anything, social media has brought all of this to our face every day, several times a day, as we see the misbehavior and the bad attitude and the selfishness and all of these things. This is what makes us think the world is going to hell in a handbasket. All the while, you've got, successful corporations that are almost scary now, like an Amazon, richer than most countries. This is a spooky thing, especially when you start throwing in there artificial intelligence and robots and all of this, this dark technocratic future. Yeah, it gets kind of frightening. But isn't that achievement and success? Didn't Mr. Bezos and Amazon achieve tremendous success? It's got nothing to do with that, because you can put that kind of money in the hands of bad people, and it can cause all kinds of bad things. So it's good to develop all that you are and all that you can do. I talk about that a lot, and becoming everything that you can be in terms of your career and profession and goals and whatnot, something physical. But the other half of that definition of success is maximizing all that you are. So in order to do that, we have to begin to deal with ourselves at a deeper level, dealing with your deeper self. Now, what do I mean by deeper self? Well, again, I'm not just talking about surface motivation. I'm not just talking about putting on a good face. I'm not just talking about when you're not feeling good or you're angry that you just smile and be happy. I'm talking about something much deeper. I'm talking about getting into the intents and the motives of your heart. The intents, the motives, and the drives at a deeper level. At a deeper level. And it's more than just, oh yeah, I need to stop being angry. Or, oh yeah, I need to stop being so impatient. Oh yeah, I need to stop doing this or that. It's a little bit beyond that. We've got to check out and expose, bring to the surface these deeper motives, these deeper drives in us, which fuel the kind of behavior in our lives that we need to change. So what I'm going to talk about all this week is unpacking that and exposing ourselves to more and more light so that we can see the darkness, the dark recesses where all the cockroaches are hanging out, all the things that need to change, all the defense mechanisms that we use, the reasons why we manipulate. Why are we so angry? Why are we so frustrated? Why are we so stressed out? Why are we so moody? Why are we so hostile and conflict oriented? Why are we so argumentative? Why are we so talkative? Why are we so sad? Why do we do these things? Why do we have these feelings? Well, that's part of the transformation process. That's part of the things that you and I need to change about ourselves. And this requires some inward looking. We like to say friendly words when it comes to this. We say things like reflection or introspection. Aren't those nice words? I wanted to take some time to reflect. You know what? I wanted to take some time for introspection. Yeah. You know why? Because you think your shit doesn't stink. That's why. Let me tell you something. When we turn the light on, I know this has been in my own heart. What you'll find out is nothing you want to reflect upon. What you'll find out is nothing you don't want to introspect. What you will find are things that need to be changed. It's like, opening up something in your house and finding all kinds of bad bugs and things and mold and whatnot underneath it. Oh my God, this will kill us. We better clean this out. Yeah, we've got stuff that needs to get cleaned. We got stuff that really needs to get dealt with because it's appearing as all of those things that I mentioned. All of that argumentativeness and manipulation and sadness and self-centeredness and self-justification and all of that stuff. All of that stuff. That's going to take more than introspection and reflection. That's a little bit too nice. We're going to have to interrogate ourselves a little bit. So that's what we're talking about all this week in dealing with our deeper self. As always, I show the first episode of each week's series in my Life Domination online coaching program right here for free. If you want to see the rest of them, as well as have access to the archives of over 650 videos that we've already done, you're going to have to join the coaching group. You might say, damn, CJ, not cool. Sorry, man. It's just the way it works. You got to have some skin in the game. I'm willing to work with you if you're willing to work with me. So I've got a group that you can join, lots of motivated people in there, and I think you will dig it. You want to learn more? Visit the link below, metalmotivation.com/life domination coaching. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.